say Eagles. Eagles. Say fly, Eagles fly. Yo, that what's going on, man? You know who it is, you know what it is. It's your boy Philly Fresh, aka the General, also aka a third of the Battlebirds podcast. Everybody that did it, man, I appreciate it. But if you hadn't done it, please make sure you hit that sub button. I'm kind of talking fast, trying to get through to this because I'm pissed. I'm pissed, man. The disrespect will not be tolerated. I don't get it. First is Carson Wentz, right? It's Carson Wentz. He's not this quarterback is better than him and all this kind of stuff. And y'all got Dak in front of him and Kirk Cousins. And, you know, the disrespect will not be tolerated, man. I'm going to keep talking about it. Then you go to my man, Dougie P. My man, December Doug. Number 9? How, where, what are you thinking? When y'all sitting, and I'm talking to whoever makes these lists, when y'all sitting in y'all little cubicle or whatever y'all at, and most of these guys never touch the football field. Now, I'm not saying that you have to talk about or to break down things, a guy that played the game. I'm not saying that. But it seems like the more guys that don't know what they're talking about are the guys that play the game, that had not played the game. So, my thing is, let's get to this list real fast. First of all, I know a lot of people got Bill. I just made a video a couple days about the Patriots, right? I can't put Bill number 1 because of the cheating. I understand 20 years of winning, yes. But when you cheat, it's a reason why Barry Bonds is not in the Hall of Fame. Now, people want to say, oh, well, he did this, and he cheated. He cheated. That's why he's not in the Hall of Fame. That's why A-Rod probably will not be in the Hall of Fame, because they cheated. Bill Belichick will be in the Hall of Fame no matter what, but he cheated multiple times. So it's hard for me to put him number 1. It's hard. Andy Reid. I ain't got no problem with Andy Reid at number 2. I really don't, man. Finally got his chip. Has not had a losing record, I want to say, since he left us. I'm not sure about his first year in Kansas City. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ain't got no problem with Andy Reid at number 2. Like I said, Super Bowl champion now. Been a level of consistency, even when he was with Philadelphia. 5 NFC championship games, 1 Super Bowl appearance. Gets another Super Bowl appearance and wins. Right? Let's go down a little bit. Harbaugh is kind of iffy to me. I mean, did he reinvent himself with Lamar Jackson? All right, cool, but that's just 1 year. Years before that, they wasn't winning. They wasn't going to the playoffs. Like, they've been to the playoffs last 2 years. You know who's been in the playoffs last 3 years? Mr. Dougie P. himself. So let's keep going. Sean Payton, good coach. And what he did last year, hats off to him. For him to go 5-1 with Teddy Bridgewater, he did his thing. He got a lot of talent, but he still did his thing. I have no problem with him being on this list. I probably wouldn't put him higher than Doug, but I ain't got no problem with him being where he's at on this list, right? I'm going to get into Doug in a minute. We just breaking down these guys real fast. Kyle Shanahan. Why? Why? See, these next 2 is when it gets crazy. And it befuddles me. How? Same guy, Mr. 28-3, right? That let that slide in the Super Bowl, right? Couldn't put no more points up, right? At halftime. Couldn't put no more points up. Last year, let another league, Super Bowl, let another league go by. He has so much number one talent. I mean, round one talent on that defensive line. The defense is ferocious, but it's easy when you have all them first round draft picks. And I'm not talking about like bottom first round, like Doug has been picking since he been in the NFL. They've been picking middle of the pack. Well, 32 in 2018. But what I'm saying is, it's easier to find talent when like Kyle Shanahan came into a losing situation, right? Kyle Shanahan came into a losing situation. So you are picking at the top each year. So when you get there, you already have all this talent. And it's easier to coach that. That's why in the NFC Championship game, your quarterback only has to throw 8 times. Or make 8 completions, excuse me. Right? Now let's get to McVay, man. I don't understand the lovejoy about this guy. I don't understand why everybody saying that he was going to come in and change the game. I don't understand. I don't get it. Somebody please comment below, help me out. My thing is, first of all, you are undefeated against Doug Peterson. So if we want to go one-on-one just right there, you cannot beat Doug. You can't beat him with Nick Foles. I mean, you can't beat him with Nick Foles at the helm or Carson Wentz. So he has proven with 2 different quarterbacks, I beat you. Okay. Let's go down a little bit more. Mike Tomlin. I got a problem with Mike Tomlin being where, I ain't going to lie to you. And it's not the fact of he's too high. He's too low to me. Mike Tomlin, what he did last year, almost making it to the playoffs when the star quarterback goes out. These are the kind of things that you see that you want in a head coach. When your stars go down, like Doug's has been in the last 3 years, you still find a way to pull up your bootstraps and get the job done. Get to the playoffs. Give yourself a fighting chance in the postseason. Doug has done that. Mike Tomlin didn't do it last year, but he almost did. You understand what I'm saying? And he has been a level of consistency. He was a Super Bowl champion. So, to me, if you are not a Super Bowl champion, you should not be ahead of Doug Peterson. That's number one, right? So, Kyle Shanahan, McVay, you got to go. The rest of these guys, Super Bowl champion. Bill, Andy, Harbaugh, Peyton, and that's it. Oh yeah, and also Seahawks coach. Why am I Pete Carroll? Damn, sorry y'all. Pete Carroll. Also Pete Carroll. I think Pete Carroll is kind of cool where he at. He's kind of cool where he at. He's just not ahead of Doug. I understand. Yes, we talk about head to head. Pete Carroll does beat Doug. He does. But what else have you done? What else have you done since the Legion of Boom been going? Now, let's talk about Doug. Mrs. December Doug, as I call him. You want to know why I call him Mrs. December Doug? Because he is 65. He has a 65 win percentage in December. The last 2 years, he has been 8-2 in December. I don't know what it is about December, but he pours it on. He pours it on. He puts his hard hat on. He grabs his pail, and he goes to work. Right? And like I said, with all the injuries that we have suffered, and for him to make the playoffs 3 straight years, quarterback go down, Hall of Fame left tackle goes down, running backs go down, wide receivers go down, and he still finds a way. New coaching staffs down there every year. Frank Wright gone. John DeFilippo gone. It's funny, man. Lose all that talent, lose your coaching staff, yet and still, he finds a way. And that's what good coaches do. That's what top 3 coaches do. And that's what Doug is. You know what I mean? And let's not, and we want to talk, they wanted to just put a crown on McVay's head saying he's just genius and all that. Let's not forget who changed the game. People was not going for it on 4th down until Doug started it. Even in 2016, even me, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was like, man, boy, shrimping. I remember, I vividly remember the Giants game 4th and 8. I think we was at the 40-yard line, and I'm like, damn, just kick the darn ball. He went for it. He didn't get it, but he went for it. I will never forget that. And I grinded Doug up so much in my head. You know what I mean? So now, it's just expected. And now coaches do it. They do it because they see how much it works if you do it right. And Doug has changed and implemented this into the game. Not only that, let's just talk about his last 3 years. Super Bowl champion, right? Should have been head coach of the year. How he ain't get that? That's when I seen the hating start to begin. For you to go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl with a bunch of backups, for you to take Nick Foles by the hand, look at game tape with him, go all the way back to 2013 when he had his best year. A lot of coaches ain't doing that. All right, well, I'm not stubborn. I have a game plan. I have a way that I want to run my offense. But let's see what you do. Let's change everything for you to be good. That's what he did for Nick Foles. And y'all disrespect him at 9? The disrespect will not be tolerated. I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. As long as I got a voice and I got this platform, y'all gonna hear from me. Y'all know what it is, man.
Stay Philly, stay fresh.